Namaste. Welcome to practice. This will be a quick 10-minute little sequence of what I do when I want to feel better. I like to start off in downward facing dog, so join me. Coming down, step your feet back, stretch your fingers out. And then this is something I've been doing a lot in my own practice lately. Try this. Take your feet about as wide as your mat. And then use your hands to catch the sides of your mat and really grip it. From there, push the mat down and forward and send the hips back and up. And with those wider arms and wider legs, I feel like it just gives me the room to extend the spine a little bit more. So tip the tailbone and pubic bone high and up. Drop the head down and low. And just a few breaths there. And the down dog is just always something that I come back to. It's a gentle inversion. So heart is above the head. Opens up the shoulders, the hips, the back body. And then narrow your hands back off to shoulder width and your feet back off to about hip width. And if you need to keep the knees bent here, you'll do that. From here, lift up your heels and roll out long to a plank pose. And once you've made your way out into your plank, a couple of breaths there, and you can use the feet to push forward and back, just opening up the soles of the feet. From here, one more breath in plank. Drop your knees and take a child's pose. Sink your hips back to your heels. Walk your hands out long in front of you. Coming up onto the tips of the fingers, walk your hands over towards the left. Draw the right hip back. Reaching forward with the right hand. Pressing the fingertips down. Open up the side ribs. Bring your hands through center and over to the other side. Sometimes in our practice, we open up the front body and the back body, but that's side body. Intercostals, obliques can get super ropey. So give yourself a couple breaths there. And then back, bring your hands back into center and come back onto your hands and your knees. Cross your left ankle on top of your right ankle and have a seat behind your feet. Stretching your legs out in front of you. I'm going to slide my blocks off to the side for a moment. And then this is a practice that I come back to over and over and over again. So perhaps watch it once. Feet are on the ground, knees are bent. I'm going to clasp my left wrist with my right hand. And on the inhale, I'm pulling myself forward towards my thighs. My spine goes long and I tip the head up, looking up. On the exhale, reaching the arms forward, tuck the chin into the chest and lower all the way down onto your back with your arms coming up over your head, landing on the ground behind you. From here, slide your feet in a bit closer towards your sits bones and press your hips up and bring your arms all the way down by your sides. Push the backs of your arms down into the ground and see if you can pump the chest up so the sternum moves a bit closer to the chin. From there, release your hips back down and take your arms back over your head. Move the feet a little further away from you. Circle your arms around. Reach them up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll your way back up to sit. And then I'm clasping my right wrist with my left hand. Again, I inhale, lifting up. And on the exhale, rolling all the way down. Arms reach overhead. I slide my feet in closer. Press the hips up and bring the arms down. Bring the hips down and lift the arms up. Move the feet a little further away. Circle your arms around. Reach them up towards the ceiling, chin into chest, and roll your way up. Try it with me. Your right hand clasps your left wrist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lowering down. Arms overhead, feet move in close. Press the hips up, bring the arms down. Bring the hips down, lift the arms up. Move your feet a little further away from you. Circle the arms around, up towards the ceiling. Use the exhale to come all the way back up. Clasp your right wrist. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Arms overhead, feet move in closer. Press your hips up, bring your arms down. Bring your hips down, lift your arms up. Move the feet a bit further away. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, chin to chest, and roll your way up. Let's take that twice more. Clasp the left wrist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Move it into a flow. Arms overhead, feet move in close. Lift your hips, drop your arms. Drop your hips, lift your arms. Move the feet further away, circle the arms around, chin to chest, and come on up last time. Right wrist, lift up. Exhale, lowering down. Arms overhead, feet move in. Press the hips up, bring the arms down. Bring the hips down, lift the arms up. Move the feet further away, circle the arms around, chin to chest, and roll yourself back up. From there, cross your left ankle over your right and roll over onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, pressing back, downward facing dog. And then begin to walk your hands back towards your feet, one step at a time. When you've come into your standing forward fold at the back of your space, reach for your big toes with the first 2 fingers of each hand. Press the thumbs down into the ground, coming into Padangusthasana. Begin to extend the chest forward, lengthen the spine, tip the sits bones up, and on the exhale, folding forward into your legs. Elbows can widen out to the sides, and you'll drop your head. And here, see if you can shift more body weight into the balls of the feet, taking the creases of the hips up higher, and dropping the head down lower. We'll take one more breath there. Full inhale. Full exhale. Release the feet. Come up onto the tips of the fingers, extending the chest forward. Soften the knees. Catch your waist. Push down into your feet. Come on up to stand. And then step your feet real wide, facing the side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find a high prayer above your head. And on your exhale, prayer comes right through you. You can drape it right over your forehead, past your profile, to your chin, to your heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. Open your arms out real wide to the sides. Stretch the fingers away from you. Right toes turn out. Left toes turn slightly in, deepen the bend of the right knee to come into warrior 2. And you can take as much space between the feet as you need. Turn the right palm up, lean back, peaceful warrior. Eagle wrap, right arm underneath the left. Turn to face the side, toes turn out, heels turn in. One big goddess squat here, breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe it out. Warrior 2 to the other side. Open up your arms. Deepen the bend of the left knee this time. Chest is broad and open. Turn the left palm up. Leaning back. Peaceful warrior. Eagle wrap, your left arm underneath your right. Again, facing the side. Toes turn out. Heels turn in. Bend the knees. Drop the hips. Full breath in. Open your mouth if you need to make sound. Breathe it out. Straighten out the legs and turn the toes in. Inhale, reach the arms up. Gather it all up. Prayer above the head. Slide it past the forehead, past the nose, past the lips, past the chin, right to your chest. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then come down to sit on your heels. Bringing the hands into Yana Mudra. Index finger bows to the thumb. Place it upright on the thighs. And just give yourself a few breaths here to see how your practice has landed. We know this. We know that even a few minutes can make such a difference. The analogy that I always use is the difference between ice and water is just 1 degree. It's just 1 degree. Sometimes it's just that little shift, and everything shifts. Everything lightens up. And we're back to ourselves. Thank you for sharing. Let's Om. Om. Namaste.